I had a good 9 to 5 job with a good working environment, a good work-life balance, not much stress, and something I would consider a nice and friendly work culture. But after just 6 months of doing that job, I quit. And why did I quit, you may ask? Well, because I just got tired. And the funniest thing is that I quit that job despite being broke. In fact, my house rent is even about to expire, and I know that when that house rent expires, I'm not going to have enough money to actually renew my house rent, but I still quit. I know this may sound stupid because I myself, I also thought I was stupid when I was taking that decision. And some of my friends were also like, you could have just waited till you get another job before you quit. But what they don't understand, or what they didn't understand, is that I don't even want to work in a 9 to 5 job again. They didn't know that my plan is to quit and never ever get another job again. And this is because I just started hating the 9 to 5 system. You know, I've worked in 6 different 9 to 5 jobs since my graduation from the university. And as I kept changing jobs, I kept hoping and thinking that the next job I would get would be better than the last one, and I would have to like stay long or stay for a while, at least till I'm able to build something else by the side before I eventually quit from that job. But I kept getting disappointed, and I kept seeing that the system is just the same. I kept seeing that all those jobs were actually just the same routines, the same restrictions, no freedom, no flexibility of time. You have to take permission before you do anything, or before you take any day off. You have to work for 1 full year before you get any leave or any leave allowance. You know, the same giving of queries and sanctions or punishments at any slightest mistake or any slightest provocations. I discovered that the rules were the same. You know, both the rules that were making sense and the rules that were not making sense. I discovered that the pressures were the same, and these pressures keep coming with unhealthy and annoying comparisons, you know, making one feel stupid and making one feel inadequate. I discovered that the politics were also the same. You know, people doing eye service, trying to get the attention of the boss or the managers or those that are in influential positions just so they can get the promotions, you know. And hence, when they see the bosses are around and the managers are around, you see people trying to present themselves as the best performing candidates and playing the politics, and of course they often succeed. They often do get the promotions, and the poor remunerations that come with these jobs are also the same, with the promises of the performance rewards that will come when you put in your best and perform at a certain level that they expect you to perform. And then these rewards will make you try to work your ass off just so you can get those rewards, only for you to at the end of the day be rewarded with peanuts. And the funny thing with all this system is that when they say that you've made the performance bar that they have set for you, they will increase the bar so that you keep chasing and you keep chasing. It's just like one picture I saw one certain time before I entered the corporate job, and I didn't really understand the true meaning of that picture. It was when I started working at corporate jobs, and I worked at not just 1, not just 2, not just 3, not just 4, but 6 different corporate jobs, and I discovered that the system is actually just the same. That was when I eventually understood the meaning of that picture. It's a picture of, I think, a donkey that is running, and then a carrot was tied to its head. And then as the donkey is running, trying to catch the carrot, it's not seeing the bigger picture, which is that someone is at its head holding the carrot as a bait to make it run faster. Do you understand? So this is the bait that this system of these 9 to 5 jobs have created to make its worker to keep running, trying to get the carrot without knowing that you can never get this carrot, that there is a bigger picture that we are not seeing. People at the top, you know, holding that carrot as a bait to keep us working hard and to keep us being on our toes and being on our feet. Because tell me, why would you set a performance standard and then I will work so hard, work my ass off, try my best to meet that performance standard, and then once I meet it, the next month you are increasing the bar for me to also work harder again and meet that standard, and then the next month you increase the bar again for me to also grind so hard and meet the bar. It's simply someone chasing carrots that you will never get, and it's not as if the reward at the end of the day is even worth it. In fact, at the end of the day, you discover that you're even getting angry at yourself for working so hard only for you to be rewarded with peanuts, all because you are trying to meet the expectations of the system. You know, the system's expectation of what a good performance should be. I don't know who invented this 9 to 5 system, but I've actually grown to hate this system with passion. Like, I've grown to hate that system with passion to the extent that I'm willing to move to a face me, I slap you apartment if my house rent should expire and I don't have enough money to renew it, instead of me seeing myself going back to a 9 to 5 job again. Like, that's how much hatred I presently have for 9 to 5 jobs right now. And I know that some 9 to 5 jobs may actually be worth it, but if the system is still going to be the same, then it's not really worth it for me, no matter how worth it seems, right? You know, this is actually the first time I've had to quit my job and deliberately stay out of job for 1 full month, almost going to 2 months now. And initially I was so scared. Even though I was happy, I was scared of the risk I was taking. It's a type of risk I've never taken before. But then again, I asked myself, what is possibly the worst thing that can happen from me quitting this job? And I discovered that the worst thing that can happen is that I'd become more broke. You know, I said more broke because I was working, but I was obviously still broke. That's why I said I discovered that I'd become more broke, you know, broker than I was before when I was doing the job, right? So that's the worst thing that could happen. It's not as if I was going to die. So when I saw that that is the worst case scenario, I just had to take the risk and I just quit and decided to come here and start taking YouTube much more seriously. Work hard at it at least for 1 full month and see how it compares to working hard at a 9 to 5 job. And currently, I've worked hard at YouTube for 1.5 months, and after this short period of time, I've gotten the proof and the confirmation that I need to know that I'm never ever going back to a 9 to 5 job ever again, because the difference is now very clear to me. Like you guys, I've never been so happy and so fulfilled working so hard at something before, and that something is YouTube. I mean, I've always worked hard at my 9 to 5 job, but I've always felt unfulfilled. And of course, the system also makes me feel so stupid and classifies me as a poor performer and never a top performer, simply because I don't know how to play the office politics. Or maybe I know how to play the office politics, but I refuse to play the office politics, and as such I'm classified as a poor performer. So it's dawned on me that if I continued working in this 9 to 5 job, I would never make any headway in life because I would never get the promotions. But I know that I'm more than that. I'm more than those politics and all those eye services and all that. I'm more than what the system says I am. I'm not a poor performer as the system says I am or thinks I am. I know that I have a lot of potentials and a lot of great things that God has deposited in me, even if the 9 to 5 system is not recognizing it. So this is my final verdict. My verdict is that I'm never going back to a system that thinks that I am a poor performer, because me going back to that system and remaining in that system is me accepting what the system says I am, or agreeing to what the system says I am. And I know that this is not true. Like, that's a big lie, and I'm not accepting that. Hence, I'm never ever going back to a 9 to 5 job again. I'm choosing to say, just like Esther said, if I perish, I perish. But I know that I'm not going to perish. No, never. If Esther didn't perish, then I'm never ever gonna perish. I would rather work at part-time jobs that require minimal efforts and the least of my time while I continue chasing my dreams, even if I'm earning way less money, instead of me ever going back to a 9 to 5 job ever again. Okay, I know I've been talking a lot in this video. Please tell me what you think about this video in the comment section. What do you think about the 9 to 5 system? Are you satisfied with the way the system is? Do you think what I'm saying is true when it comes to the system? You know, especially for those of us in Nigeria or Africa. So please, I would really love to know what you guys think about this in the comment section. And if you agree with me to a great extent in this video, even if you don't agree with everything I said, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and I will really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.